Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
Tonight is evidence night, and we have a nice load of evidence to actually review. We got still frames, we got some video clips, and we got something from Haunted Truth that he sent us. It was the clip of the person that was talking about his aura. Can you shut that door there, please? Thank you. Appreciate it. And we have some stuff. Trisha sent in some stuff. Lynn sent in some stuff. So, and we'll look at some of the evidence that we have, guys. So let's. So basically, what really started me off on the spirit box? There's one thing in particular. There's one show in particular. One episode actually that really got me kind of hooked and sent me down this path of wanting to do the spirit box. So. And the best way to start off the show about evidence is to kick it off with that, guys. So check it out. This is a, let's see, present. This is one that really stuck in my head. And I hope that this one impacts you guys just like it did me.
That you feel death. This is going to change the way you think about your loved ones that have died.
It is now time to head up to Melissa's bedroom in an attempt to communicate through the SB7 spirit.
All right, guys. It's buffering. It's buffering as I play it. So let me see what I can do here. What can I do to make it not do that?
It's all the tabs that we have open.
Yeah, I know, and I have to have them open. Okay, well let me close this one out. Let's see. Let's close this one out, and I'll close this one out. All right, let's try to continue, guys. Here we go. Let's run it back.
That sounds really good. It's the same voice. This is going to change the way that you think about death. This is going to change the way about your loved ones that have died.
It is now time to head up to Melissa's bedroom in an attempt to communicate through the SB7 spirit box, a device that rapidly scans through audio frequencies, allowing spirits to very easily do this instead.
You know, I talked to your sister Heather. I talked to your sister.
I love it how you share with you.
It's a good question. Now your mom's asking, do you have other friends with you that are around you right now in this room with us? Can you please just say hello? Can you please just say hello?
Who's that? The battery's camera's off.
Yeah, I just saw that.
And then it goes, who's that? And then he walks up.
Is this spirit asking who Billy is just before he enters the room?
All right, guys, I'm sorry. That thing was buffering really bad. I checked it out, and I'm sure you probably couldn't even follow. Sorry about that, guys. That's what a real bummer. Yeah, for some reason, man, when I have multiple tabs open like that, it will not let me run nothing. Let's try Let's try one of the other ones. For some reason, this one's what a bummer, man.
Well, I think they still like can get the point of that, and there was something in the chat about that. I thought maybe you might want to address. Actually, it's like further up from White Mike about the radio interference. It was a good question up in the chat.
There you go, White Mike. There you go. I'm having it right now. They're glitching it right now, bro. Yes, I do have the glitches. Lynn, this is a gentleman that I've corresponded with, and he has what really like caught his attention was the popping of the bottles and the noises and the electronic glitches and noises and stuff. He has a lot of that. Let's see.
Nice.
That sometimes you do get radio interference, like when you first turn it on before you hit scan. Basically all you're doing, it is a radio. That's what a spirit box is. It's a radio, and it's just scanning through all the different stations. So yeah, every once in a while you'll get a little blip of radio, but like when the spirits are there and they like kind of like get dialed in, they take it over, they hijack it, and no more radio comes through. It's nothing but voices. It's really cool once they take it over. Okay, Haunted Truths. That's what I wanted to pull up. Let's try that one. That should let me play it. And this is an example of a psychic trying to take advantage of somebody. I had this stuff pulled up, and now I'm going to have to go and redo this all again. I'm sorry, guys. It happens. I was hoping with having...
how we can fix that. Actually.
Yeah, I know. It's we only have 3 tabs open. I know, like other content creators talking about going into the vortex. It happens when you have these tabs pulled up. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna close out YouTube for now. That should help.
Yeah, that should help tremendously. I don't know.
Okay, this was sent in by Haunted Truth, guys. This is an example of somebody trying to take advantage of what you're wanting to learn what's going on in your surroundings and about energy and stuff. And you got to be careful, because if you don't know who you're dealing with, you may run into somebody like this. And take a listen to this guy.
Now tell me when to stop. Right, is it Chris?
Yeah, Chris.
Right, look how close my hands are to him. You do like something once.
I feel
Hey, is this
It's thin. Negative energies are very powerful and they're very vehement. Don't push your luck. Your aura level, as I just showed you now, is on thin ice. So you need to balance yourself, okay? Now
Point here and get this guy.
as I just showed you now, is on thin ice. So you need to balance yourself, okay?
Pause, buddy. There. Okay. Now you mentioned, Tiffany, you mentioned this guy's eyes and his energy, because I sent this clip to you. What do you guys, what's your take on this guy?
So personally, he's wrong. I can tell he's faking it, because like auras can't be on thin ice. I don't know why he would even say that. Your aura is like your personality and things going on around you. It's not, it's on thin ice or in trouble. It's just what's going on with you. So he was totally wrong about it. He just gives me the creepy vibes.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We always forget to do the roll, and I'm going to start letting you do that from now on.
Okay.
Okay, so you can do the roll. We'll just do a quick
And be an
hello.
assigned task.
Yeah.
Where you're bouncing
Well,
around.
I do the editing. She can do the chat. So you want to do it? Okay. Good.
Hello, Betty Boo, Sean from within.
Scene.
I do it every time. I don't know why.
If it was
I
a
need
Sean,
my
it would be.
glasses.
Yeah, I know. That's
That's
why
the
I have
problem.
mine here. Okay. Scene from within.
Scene from within.
That's all right, because Lynn did it last week too. She's like, Sean had a question, and it was
It's just the way it looks.
It
The
does.
light minds, and I'm getting old.
Sorry, bro.
Drazo. What else we have in here?
Let's see. We have Betty Boo. You already said Betty Boo. Haunted Truth. White Mike.
Rabbit of Chaos.
Rabbit
Gypsy
of-
Soul. That's me. Haunted Truth.
We got them. That's everybody, I think. And Lisa Wigger, all the lurkers, smash the like button, please. And don't be afraid to comment. Nobody's going to bite your head off. Yeah, this guy, I watched this, and it's almost like, what does this guy have to gain by doing this to this guy? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm willing to bet he could probably fix that problem if you pay him a little money, right? Like that's, I don't know.
What was your thoughts, Lynn?
Well, my thought is he's full of it. I'm not an aura specialist. I don't do that. That's more Tiff. But, he's talking about, oh, I can feel the heat while he has his hands to the side of his head. Okay, Tab, you being in the medical field, I'm sure you can validate this.
Thank you.
When
I was hoping you were
lose
going to say
body
that.
heat, you lose it from your head.
Yes,
So, of
correct.
course, you're
Yep.
going to feel that heat.
Mhm.
He's holding his hands literally like a millimeter from the guy's face. Of course, you're going to feel the heat from his hands. I can feel the heat. Of course, you got your hands practically wrapped around his
Yeah.
face.
Haunted
Yeah.
Truth
So,
commented. If you look, he comments something.
Who did?
Haunted Truth about
Put
the
it in
video.
perception. To put it in perception, I was in a group, and he said his spirit was by me, making me feel lightheaded, and I responded with taunting. Then he held me back to tell me this. Oh, okay. So you kind of like flouted his authority a little bit in front of him, and it kind of hurt his ego.
Yep.
That's what it was.
That's
all
exactly
that
what
was.
that
Okay.
is.
Well, that's and you know what? There shouldn't be anything wrong with taking a joke or constructive criticism, but that's just ridiculous. That's
He's trying to scare him.
that's what gives people this field a bad name. People like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mhm. Yep.
Yes, exactly. That's what he's doing. Like, there's
Yes.
enough stuff out there that are potential trouble sources. But yeah, like I always said, and like we always come prepared, guys. We come prepared in case somebody living runs up on us. You know what I mean? We have, of course, we have our protection for the energy and stuff like that, but we're more worried about a living person. When we're out there in the country somewhere and we're off the road and there's no witnesses, and sometimes people know, they see me on the show, and they know I wear a lot of jewelry, and if I'm out there ghost hunting, then they know you got cameras and equipment, and it's worth money, right? You never know what kind of person is driving by that might be an opportunist, and so we always just keep a little extra protection from living people like this guy. There's a lot of unscrupulous people in this field. He was a key member of a paid ghost hunting events group in the UK. You would book and they would host and take you to the spots. Oh, okay. Well, that's exactly what it was, because he's in a position in his mind of authority. Really, he should be just trying to show what evidence he can show to people, to try to get exposure and things like that. Not trying to be like a dictator, and that's ridiculous. But it's just like the spirits we run into. There's not so nice people on that side, and we've actually got some pretty stuff we had to remove again.
Yeah.
Actually, I left one clip of it in, but people bring their attitudes and their nastiness
It was
to the
pretty bad. I was actually shocked by it.
Well, I normally cut that stuff out.
I know. And so I always watch, I watch little bits and pieces as he's editing. So like he'll get a chunk done and I'll sit down and watch it with him. So I don't always get to hear that like if I don't hear it in real time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I run all the EVPs by her. Sometimes we argue about what actually is being said.
I always say we should do like a show about that because we go back and forth about the EVPs and let people hear it and see what they think.
Okay, let's try to pull up some of these now. I actually made a couple of videos with the evidence pictures, and I made a compilation of Lynn's and of Trisha's. Where's Trisha? She's not even here. She's going to miss her own evidence. Hey, Crystal. Thank you for dropping in. And this is Lynn and Tiffany. Does it show their names? It does. Okay. Because right here, it does not show their names. But for the viewers, they can see it. All right. Let's see if we
While
can
you're doing that, I'll read a comment from Lisa Wigger. Says, I'm always protected from real life people. Real life people are scarier than most spirits. I agree.
Yes, they are. It's just going incredibly slow. Incredibly slow. I have a feeling it's not going to work. I think the spirits do not want this evidence out there. All right. Which one is okay? This is Trish's. Where's Lynn?
I'm here.
Where's your evidence? I thought I had that.
I sent it all to you, Johnny. I don't know what you did with it.
It's, I uploaded it. Okay, we'll start with this then. All right, so everybody pretty much in this day and age has cameras. Everybody has a Ring camera for the most part. So I know that we catch stuff all the time. And in the few minutes that we go to a cemetery, we're there maybe 20 minutes and 30, 40 minutes tops. And we catch everything we get of pictures that Trisha sent.
Is he okay? It's fine.
See if it lets us play, and it should because they're still frames.
I just fixed the phone.
Okay.
4.
454. Okay, so as I'm going to let it run through, you'll see you'll see it change, and you'll get a feel for what the anomalies are, because we don't get to see all the pictures in the time before it. So you just see little shots, and we'll try to look at them one by one. Right here, you see something shooting across, which I don't know. What do you guys think? I think stuff like that could be things close to the camera, a spider web, a bug flying by. You can see it looks like a smear from about the middle of the screen going from right to left, and it kind of angles down. Do you see it?
I do, but I'm not
Here, look at the first one.
I'm not feeling that's a bug or a
difference?
spider web
Yeah.
due to the width of it.
Well,
And
let's see
normally
what
when you
happens
see that it's
next.
a bug, you can see something. It's
Right.
like on my camera all the time.
Yeah, that's not a bug or a web.
Okay. Yeah. And then it kind of moves. See, it's over here now on the left
Right.
side. Okay. Now it's you can see it, the same anomaly, and it's across the hood of the truck. You see it? It's running right across the driver's side, up and down horizontally. You see it?
Yeah, the times are like they're hours different.
Yes, and that's the thing. If it was just like a few seconds apart from one camera, but what you have is several angles and different times, and like Tab said, they are hours apart. That's why I added the times, actually, because on the top left corner it says like 11:59, 12 a.m. I don't know if that's just if their camera just stays like blinking at that unless they set it, but there are times below where I edited it off. That way we could blow it up and have a bigger view of this. So I put them at the top. There it is again, shooting across. You can see it's kind of blocking out part of the truck. That's awful big, and that's further away from the camera.
If that were a web, it would be closer and it wouldn't
Mhm.
move the way it's moving.
And a web is look like
Right.
shiny because I get them all the time on my camera, my front door camera. And I
Right.
can even get so many bugs, and you can tell the difference. That's not
Yeah.
a bug or anything.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Some people just aren't open to that, Lisa. You know that. It's I don't know. You had the one experience, but I think Tabitha's had way more paranormal stuff being around me than your childhood, right?
Yeah,
Just
for
one
sure.
time.
Mhm.
Yeah. So some people just attract that stuff, but now there's more spirits drawn to her than me, especially when we investigate. It's crazy. They can blow out light bulbs. They did it to me in the basement at the wrong time too. It kind of creeped me out. I thought it was you messing with me, like flipping the
I
switch.
know.
All right, let's keep going. Okay, this one's my favorite. Is this the one? Okay, it's hard to see. Let me rewind it back a little bit. Okay. Oops. All right, I've seen this exact anomaly on other shows. It's kind of hard to pixelate it here, but in the original photo, it's one of those ones that looks like a barbell. You know what I mean? Like the weights, the barbell
Yeah.
with the weights. That's what it looks like. I've seen those before.
Where is that in this picture?
It's right here.
Oh.
It's right in the middle of in the air, that white thing.
Okay.
And when it's smaller, it looks like a just literally a barbell. And I've seen that exact thing on Paranormal Caught on Camera, Strange Evidence, several
Mhm.
of those.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think it's the same thing
It's the
flying
same
around?
thing.
Yeah.
Something is hanging around Trisha's house, that's for sure. Look at that.
Oh, it's big.
Look how far that spans.
Yep.
That's a cool. There it is again. It's at the whole part of the side of the truck there. Wow. Oh, yeah. Wow. I missed that when I was looking. That's a column of light. It's like standing right there. Look at that. Now that's inside. So right there, or is that inside or is that outside? That's outside.
That's outside.
Is that
That's
outside?
outside.
Okay.
It's like
I
a
thought-
house out there, but
yeah.
I don't know. It looks like that's on the inside of the door. So I don't know.
I thought that was an
That's like a
area, but I
back
guess that's
porch.
grass.
Yeah. That's,
It's grass.
yeah.
Because you can see the dog thing in the background.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I said.
So yeah, she sent me all those there, and I thought that was. We'll let it run through. You can see it again and watch it change. It's pretty neat. All right. Pause that.
That played good.
That did play good.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can get the other ones to pull up here.
Well, I'll just go over some of those.
Okay, so hers are there. What is this? A short? I guess it's okay. It's saved as a short. That's why.
Do you want to go over some of this?
I got it. Okay. I can't see behind the screen here. Go to shorts.
We got to get a new setup, I think.
Yeah, I think we need a little more room here.
Yeah.
This was meant for just selling gemstones, and it turned into like a little YouTube studio here. All right, I did upload yours, Lynn. So
Oh, these are Lynn's.
These are Lynn's. So Lynn's going to have to explain these guys. So we're going to stop them one by one and talk about them. So
Okay, before we
they're
do
actually
that,
pretty
I
cool.
just want to answer Rabbit real quick. Rabbit, they're able to do
Yeah.
that with the amount of energy. Okay, so this right here is the picture at the gym that my son trains at.
See you,
And if you
Barbie.
look to,
Thank you.
and if you look to the
Okay.
side, you can see, well, there's two things, but there's different angles. You can see in the back that there's a figure, and it kind of looks like there's wings attached to the back of it.
Yes. He's leaning, and the head's kind of leaning forward, and the
Yes.
wings are attached to his back. Okay, yes, I see that. You can definitely see that. And you don't have anything, and you don't have an explanation for that, obviously. I mean, you would
No,
know, like that.
nope, he was the only one there that day.
Yeah, that's.
And
I think there's a picture later on of the same place. I think with nothing.
yeah,
I'm not sure if I.
there's several pictures in there.
Okay, let's see. We'll go. We'll run it through again once we're done, so we can see him again.
Okay.
Okay, now it changes to.
Right. Now, if you're looking at that red bag, you can see where somebody's peeking around. You can see it's only like half a face, but you can see the one eye, half of
Right
the
here.
nose, the mouth, and then you can see a shoulder and an arm coming down and
Yeah.
around.
Right here. Right.
Seen from
Yes.
within said I see a face. I think that was even from the first picture. I think is even when
Yeah.
that one went up there.
Yeah. That these are the one that impresses me the most is the African American woman.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
That one. Yeah, that one's really cool. Okay.
Okay.
And
So
this is
now
this is it.
Yep, this is it. Okay, so this was at Christmas time, and my daughter's boyfriend at the time was at the house with his daughter. And my grandson and his daughter are dancing, and you'll see it in another picture where she is totally, it's like she's not even there. But on the wall is a little boy holding a kitty cat, and he kind of has his hand resting on his chin, but under it looks like an African American woman with kind of like a turban or something on her head that's sitting behind the elephant there.
I thought that was like
A
A
statue.
statue. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no.
have nothing like that. Now,
wow.
I did say on Tuesday when we were talking about death and stuff like that, my daughter lost two or twins, male twins, in her second trimester. Now, this little boy on the wall, and mom did not give me permission to show my grandson, but those of you that do know him and know what he looks like, that little boy and my youngest grandson are carbon copy. Tiff, you can jump in at any time.
Oh yeah, they look identical.
Yes.
These pictures are weird, like creepy to look at, especially when you zoom in on them. I was like getting goosebumps.
Yes. Now, I believe that my youngest grandson was one of those twins and came back. And
Was-
the other one
now,
did not, hence the picture on the wall.
Okay.
Now, do you think that that's a common thing? Because I think that it is. In fact, we believe that our daughter, our youngest, in fact, did the same very thing.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
believe
I
that.
definitely believe it is a thing.
Hey, Mike, what's going on, brother? Thanks for listening in, man. We're just going over some evidence. I tried to play some stuff earlier, and it started buffering. I think maybe we might be out of the vortex. We might be able to play it. We'll try it after this. We'll try to run it one more time. Let's see what the next one is here. Let's see. Oh, somebody did say something. You guys seen shadow figures? I've seen them many times. I don't know about Lynn and
I
Tiffany.
see them all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Yes, literally.
So you're not alone, bro. You're not alone. You know, if you're seeing
Nope.
stuff like that, you're not cursed or anything like that. You just happen to notice. You notice them. That's all.
Well, there are times that I will see them not only as a shadow figure, but there are times where I will see them like you and I are looking at each other.
Yeah.
Shadow figures I saw was let's see. The shadow figure I saw was transparent and see-through. I walked up to it and vanished. Yes, yeah, the ones that I see look like shadows of an actual person, like that's casting a shadow on the ground. That's all I see. It's just a shadow moving. I don't see any figure. It's the shadow of the figure, which normally, is cast on the wall or the door. Sometimes it's like that, but it's not on the wall. It's off the wall. You know what I mean? It's like freestanding, like a walking shadow. It's really cool. It's hard to explain, guys. If you've seen one before, then you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Now, also in this picture, Johnny, if they look close enough where the little girl is, you can see my entertainment center right through her. It's like she is literally half of her is there, and you can see everything right through her.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay, now what are we looking at here?
Okay, this is somebody that we know very well. This is their mom who passed away. And this was when my son was being tested at training. You can see her eyes, her forehead, her hair, and her nose.
Oh,
And
I
it's
see
like,
it. Okay, I see it. Right there. These are the eyes I'm thinking, right here.
No, up
Are
above.
those the eyes?
up.
Yeah,
Yep,
those are the eyes.
Forehead and the hair.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm seeing the hair.
If you zoom in, it's a lot easier.
These are the eyes.
Yeah, put
Yeah, I
put the
can't. It won't let
cursor
me
back
zoom.
up, Johnny, where you thought the eyes were. Yes, those are the eyes. And the forehead,
Right here.
you're on the forehead right
Okay.
now, where you can see her hair is
You're on the
coming
forehead,
down.
right?
But she has her hair up.
Okay, so it fades into the black part.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah,
Make me see it.
I think I got it.
Make me
from
see
this
it.
angle, like so the eyes.
Yeah.
It took me a
Okay.
This
minute
is the
too.
forehead. This is the hair.
Oh, okay.
Here's her
All right.
nose.
Now I got it. Now I got it. Okay. Oh, wow. Holy moly. I don't know how I missed that. Once you see it, guys, it pops out. It's like one of those posters you look at, and then after you stare at it long enough, it turns 3D. You know those things? It's like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. As a
And
matter
somebody
of
said
fact, I
about
did a
it
reading
3D.
for the gentleman that night.
Right there.
Here's a 3D shadow from a
4D being.
I think that I was watching a thing like on how many dimensions there are. I think they know of like 10 or something like that. And they did a video explaining them.
You can really go down a rabbit hole with that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
You start getting past certain dimensions and you try to figure out, like, make sense of it in your brain. It starts to make your head hurt. Like, it is tough stuff to wrap your mind around.
I go from being like, I don't want to say I used to be like afraid, like have a fear of death, but like I wasn't very comfortable with thinking about it. And then you go from that. And then since we've been doing this, I'm now more comfortable. But then when you start talking about other dimensions and then it makes my head spin.
Well, that's what we just don't understand.
Then I kind of start not feeling as comfortable as I thought I was feeling.
That's the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
The fear, that's all it is. I mean, that's understandable. I mean, guys, I know I have proof that we go on after we pass. And of course, I still have a whole bunch of fear, about what happens, how it happens, and all that. So, I mean, it's natural, I think.
I agree.
All right, let's go on.
Then you get nice little visits. And
All right.
what we got here, Lynn?
Okay, that
Let's
there
see.
again, it's empty, but you can see a shadow person or somebody that manifested themselves right there in the chair. Can you see it? They're wearing a hat. You can
It
see,
takes me a second.
I see a hat
yeah. And you
Was he on
just
the hat?
went right over that person's face.
right here.
It's just the head part.
This is the hat,
You
right?
can't right. You really can't see the neck, but then you can see the body starting to manifest.
When we're done, I have a
Okay.
question for Lynn.
Okay.
When we're done with her pictures, and then I'm going to ask a question.
All right. What's the?
All
Okay.
right, so this
What do
one
we have?
here
Who is
again,
that standing back?
Your guess is as good as mine. But he's not supposed to be there.
I like that.
My son was the only one in the gym, and he kept
Oh,
hearing
well, you can clearly
noises by
see
the
him.
weights. What
Yeah,
happened?
and you can clearly see a person. Well,
Is
you can
this
see.
like a tall person here?
Yeah, you
like
can see his.
maybe
You
a
can
ball
see his
player,
leg.
Kind of
You
looks
see
like
his.
a thin.
You see his leg,
Yeah.
and then you see his shorts, and then you
Jersey.
see his shirt. Yeah, and then you see his head
And then this
clearly.
looks like his head.
That's a very clear one.
That's pretty cool.
Right. Now,
Well, let's
you
just
guys
say,
know my son, and my son is a big kid. He's not, he's a big kid.
He's coming up. He's coming up next in the lineup.
Yeah.
What were you
So
going to say about it?
that'll show them that, in that gym, they can see my son compared to these pictures and know that this is not my kid.
mhm.
All right, this is a succession of several pictures that were sent to me, starting off with, I think this was the first one, and the way I think Lynn explained it, well, you explained it. Somebody touched him, he felt somebody around him and touching his
Right.
back, and he said, Mom, take some pictures.
Right. He was down looking for something. And this is actually out in my front yard. And he says to me, he goes, Mom, I feel like somebody is with me. And so I started taking pictures, and I got that one full body apparition. And then the next one, there's two apparitions, one starting to manifest, and
Yep,
he's
second
looking
one,
at
yeah,
his
right
phone. Yeah,
Yep.
the two of them. And then,
So
okay, that's
I was
when he
looking at
said to me, Mom, I feel warm on my left side. I feel like somebody is touching me.
and that's
and that-
and then that big mist.
Yeah, but you can see, the manifestation on the right
Yeah,
side.
that's pretty good.
What
Those are normally smaller. When we catch the mist like that, it's normally a smaller one, and it's really wispy. It goes by really quickly.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Right. And that's where he's telling me somebody touched me. Now, this is the next night standing in the same place. Same exact spot. You missed the one, Johnny, where they were reaching out, touching him when he said.
Yeah, I realized that after I made
Yeah.
it. Yeah. There's another one when you see the apparition forming, and then there's another one that's starting to form. There's another one where the main apparition, the first one, you can tell it has an arm out, like it's reaching out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know why it's not in there. It should have been in there, but yeah. So it's you see a series of pictures, and you see it start to manifest. Then it's holding its arm out, and then it's and then another one starts. It's really cool. So we'll let it run through again. Hey, Wanda. Yeah, that's really cool stuff. And this is all just stuff since we've known each other, which hasn't really even been that long. Yeah, they
Right.
have other stuff. Like you sent me one with that heart-shaped leaf. That was it that you have for the bookmark in the Bible. That's really cool. I get the picture of that. I'll probably post
Oh, you
that in my
have that?
community.
Yeah, that, right.
Yeah, that's cool. I sent her the spirit box, guys. I'm trying to get her to do that. We're probably going to maybe do it on a live or a FaceTime. I sent her
have
the
to get
spirit
with
box.
Tiffany and Jace because that's something that we talked about. We want to go out and do a live investigation, the three of us together. We did talk about that. We just got to set a time and a day.
Yeah, I would
That and
not.
then the person you wanted to confirm that it was your dad that was turning you, that the cross kept getting turned, remember, towards the picture? And you wanted to
Yes.
confirm that it was him that was doing that. So
I was trying to say hi to a few new people who
okay.
just
Well,
came
the
in the
trying to
cross
chat.
pull
was
it.
being turned towards my son's picture.
You want to say hi? And then
It was just saying hi to Erica, and
Oh,
there
hey,
was
Erica.
another one that just came in too that said hi to us.
I'm all the way up at the top now.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's okay. Go, you can go back.
Hi, Erica.
I think it was Jen and Barrett. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Jen. Let's see. These are the ones. Yeah, I don't want to do the ones that are promoted. I was thinking of a good one I can play. That one of our better evidence ones. What would you
Oh,
say
gosh,
if you
we
had to
have
pick?
so many of them, John. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, here's one that we can go over. These are iconic pictures that you guys have probably seen before. But we'll stop them one by one, and we'll decide whether you guys think that they're legitimate or not. I think most of them, in my opinion, are, but we'll get you guys' opinion on it. This is my favorite, the one that's on the cover here. All right, so this is a photo taken at Newby Church in North Yorkshire, England, and they think that it's fake because the apparition appears like it's posing. I don't think it's that defined enough to look like it's actually posing. You know what I mean? You can see it, but it doesn't look like a pose to me. Does it look like a pose to you guys?
I don't think
No.
No, it looks like
They can see, and that's the thing is that they can look like they're posing, but chances are this apparition is looking right past them, doesn't even acknowledge that they're there.
no, doing their everyday task.
Yes.
you could see through it and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could see a face on it and everything. I mean, it's pretty. It is a pretty. The details are pretty good when you really look, but it's not something that stands out. If you just see the picture and it's not circled or any of that, it's going to take you a minute to see that. That's not something that jumps out at you. So, you know, for it to be a fraud, I don't know. I vote real. What do you guys think in the chat? You guys think it's real? Put a 1 in the chat if you think it's real, and a 2 if you think it's fake. I'll put my vote in the chat.
I'm putting a 1 in.
I'm
Verbally.
voting. Are we in agreement?
Yeah.
Okay. We get 1 vote because we're 1. So
Okay.
we vote 1. We voted that it is a real deal. Let's go on to the next one and see. I think everybody agrees.
Yeah.
Jen agrees.
So far, Jace's life, Lisa.
White Mike.
Wizard.
Yep, I agree. I think we got an authentic one here. It does look and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'd be proud of this one.
White Mike says if you want the hologram picture, he could email it to you.
Yes, bro, no problem. Married with Paranormal at Gmail. Thanks, man. I'd love to have that. I think then I zoom in on it a little bit.
And then now that it's zoomed in, I'm feeling like I don't know how I feel about that picture. because it almost looks like a distorted, or almost even like the Scream face right there. Like that.
But
I'm like,
this,
I don't
I know, but this is from 63,
Yeah, it's a
1963.
woman.
Yeah, it's a woman. She looks like she's wearing a black dress.
It looks like she was like
Yes.
turning her face when they took the picture, though. That's why it
Yeah.
looks distorted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see what the next one is. Okay, Toys R Us. The Toys R Us store in Sunnyvale, California, is allegedly haunted by the ghost of Johnny Johnson. And this image shows a silhouette, and he's leaning up against the shelves. And guys, I'm going to go back and I'm going to actually narrate this video and release it publicly. So this will all be narrated by us, Tabitha and I. Take a look. This right here, I mean, that
I
to me
saw
looks
a
like a lie.
documentary on that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Tell me about it. What do you think?
A lot of the things that were happening, and when it did happen, I'm gonna go with legit.
I'm gonna have to watch that because I feel like I mean, just looking at it like this, not knowing any history behind it, I'm thinking like it's fake almost. I mean, it just looks like, unless it's something behind,
Like a
or maybe I'm seeing it wrong.
You can actually see through them a little bit.
Right,
I
but you
guess-
can actually, if you pay attention, that everybody that's sitting around, all the people in there, nobody acknowledges it.
No, it looks like that little girl next to him's reaching her arm out.
And seeing there's already like color distortion, so I don't really know on that one.
Yeah,
what does the chat think?
Yeah, well, I think I zoomed in. Let's see what it looks like zoomed in. Here's zoomed in. Let's take a look. Now see, when it's zoomed in, it does not look transparent. That looks like the light is hitting him.
That's
It's
what
just
I'm
very,
saying.
very bright light. I think this guy just happened to photobomb.
That's what I was
Photobomb.
feeling.
Could be.
I
It
vote
looks like he's
photobomb.
got a ball in his
Well, Lynn
hand,
said she
He's got.
I think it's fake.
Am I the only one that's
To me,
seeing
it looks
that?
like he's holding. It looks like he's holding a scarf wrapped. Like he's holding a scarf and it's wrapped over his hand, and he's leaning up against. He's got a jacket on. It looks like a scarf or something, or
Well,
something.
it looks like the little girl in there is like reaching out to him, like, "Hey, give me back my ball." That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yes,
there is,
okay.
but there
does
is
look
some
like
kind of, and I did see it on
Yeah.
one of the actual ghost shows, Real Life Hauntings or something like that. I can't remember what I was watching, but there is something that did document that Toys R Us was haunted.
Okay. I'm not gonna say that it's. I can't call it fake. I'm not gonna call it real because I don't have enough info. I mean, this one looks to me like he's
I
no
don't
different.
think this one's real.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. He looks no different than the other people in the video. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't tell the difference. What he looks like, just a living person in the video. So
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I don't think it's. Yeah, it's just a misunderstanding, or otherwise they're intentionally making it. You have to think about this. Why is the photo so bleached out?
Mm-hmm.
So you can say, "Look at the ghost." You know what I mean? That's what I think.
Yeah, that one's not real.
Yep. So what do you think, Ted? We
I said not real.
fake.
Yeah.
Okay. I think everybody might be in agreement on that. Fake.
Right.
Not fake. It's just not. It's a real photo. It's just not a real paranormal photo. Let's see what we think. This is one that I really like. And this white figure in this photo is believed to be some sort of an angel overlooking Rose Benevuto, who was involved in a car accident, and a very bad car accident. This isn't the first one of these that I've seen, though. You know, the car crash with like an angelic presence. I've heard many accounts of that, and I've seen several pictures. What do you guys think?
Now, I remember years ago, because this picture Actually, this is actually close to where Tiff and I are from.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Tiff. Look
Yeah,
at where
these
it's from,
are
Tiff.
I can't see.
oh, Pauling Fire
Pauling
Department.
Fire Department.
Oh, I'm still new to the area. I don't remember everything
Not here,
that's
honey, where we grew up. Where
Oh, New York? Oh. Okay.
Hi, Tiff. How are you tonight?
There she is.
And I remember back when that happened, and I do remember that was shown. Um,
On the news, right? They showed it on the news,
yes,
didn't they?
Yeah.
yes, it
Yeah,
was on the
I
news.
remember
You're
that.
right.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if it. I think I zoom in a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely
that's really cool
dangerous.
because
Yeah,
we've
that's
actually
legit.
caught stuff like that. Yeah. Is that a kitty?
It was. I thought it was a friend, but then I saw the cat.
Yeah, he walked
I
on
didn't
by.
see him at first. He's yelling because you lit that.
Oh yeah, he yells at me. Now, okay, now this one I'm kind of. I want your guys' opinion on this one. And I'm gonna wait till I'll read it and let it zoom in. So this photo of a child appearing over a grave was taken by Mrs. Andrews in 1947. She noticed the ghost when she had the film developed, but said it was not her daughter in the picture. So let's let it zoom in, get a little closer look, and we'll discuss it. That
No, that,
would be the best picture ever caught paranormally if that's real. That's amazing. I just don't think that's real.
I don't either.
I don't think it's
no,
real.
that's photoshopped.
It looks like a Photoshop that we can do now that any average person could do now. But back then, it was so high tech, it would fool everybody.
I feel like I've seen that baby in a commercial.
Right? That's
It
what
would
I
be
was
interesting.
thinking.
I did.
I wonder if somebody did a Google search on that image, what it popped up with,
Yeah.
you know, because you couldn't do that back then. So they could lift an image and do that. But this is it's so perfect. It's just so good. It's too good to be true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what you have to worry about when it's too good to be true. But yeah, that's I posted that one, I think. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I like that one. It's a cool picture. I mean, it's a neat novelty. I like to have a pic that like in a big frame. That'd be neat, but it's just not real.
Yeah, I'm
What do you
not
guys
buying.
think?
I'm not sold.
Yep, we got some not reals. All right, cool. We're all in agreement. All right. The Backseat Ghost, March 1959. This photo was taken by Mabel Chinnery in 1959. It shows her husband in his car, but who is allegedly her dead mother-in-law on the back seat. So this is I guess his mother in the back seat. That's the mother-in-law, her mother-in-law. Let's let it zoom in and get a better look. It just looks like a living person. But
It looks like a man to me.
Yeah, I'll say it looks like a man.
Yeah.
It does close up, but when it was far away, I could see a female, but closer up, it definitely.
she does have some masculine kind of facial
I mean,
features. You can't see the hair, and that's what kind of like draws away from it being an obvious female, I
Yeah,
think.
and then the lighting makes like big bushy eyebrows, so I don't know.
But the actual eye area, you can't make out. It's like you can notice the difference between his eyes and her eyes.
Oh,
That
see.
if you're really zooming in, it's like light.
Yeah, they look weird.
Yeah.
Well, you can see, man, this is a tough one because you can see a reflection off of the glasses she's wearing. That's what speaks to me that's a living person with glasses on.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
well. A lot of people in the chat are saying it looks like a man, and then Seen from Within says looks like he's wearing sunglasses, reflective.
Yes, That's what really that's the big red flag for me, is the reflection on the sunglasses.
I'm
That
gonna
that's
go
hard.
bogus.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a ghost wouldn't have a hard shiny object on them. It just,
Right.
I don't know. It's a cool picture. I've seen this one many times, and I always thought it was a man too. But then I always thought, well, maybe it's just. I don't want to say that because there are some I guess from this distance, older women that could have like a thing wrapped around, a bonnet or something wrapped around their head with glasses. You couldn't tell, not from a black and white.
Yeah, that's bogus.
Yeah.
Okay, the Brown Lady, 1936. This photo of the Brown Lady is considered by many to be actual photographic evidence of ghosts. It was taken at Raynham Hall in Norfolk, England, in 1936. I like this one. I think this is an authentic picture. I am leaning towards that because
Well,
I've seen similar
kind of-
stuff.
She's transparent, and it almost is kind of close to what we got with my son. And
Yes.
I'm gonna say that this one is in fact legit.
It almost looks like
Yeah.
a nun.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
thanks, Tiff, because that's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
And you can see, even with the light, there's no shadow of her on the back.
No.
We're voting Rio. We're putting a 1 in the chat. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it looks like what you caught, and it also looks like Gary, the ghost of Gary that we caught at my parents' house, your stepfather.
That
it's
was
very,
amazing to me.
very
You have that
similar to that. I do have that one. I'll show that.
That should have been part of our evidence.
Yeah, like
so.
a misty manifestation.
Yeah.
Yep, it's just like that. So this is
Yeah.
kind of like this is like a run of the mill, not really run of the mill because this is all like really paranormal. It's above the normal, out of the norm, but it is run of the mill for like what you would commonly catch as apparitions.
Yeah.
That's what we've caught.
Right.
Let's get a closer look. Yeah. See, there's no features on that.
No, not
All
at
right. This one. Okay, now this one, I'm gonna. Okay, let me read it first. Lord Combermere. The ghost picture of Combermere Abbey Library was taken in 1891 by Sybil Corbett. The names, guys. The figure of a man can be seen sitting in the chair to the left. His head, collar, and right arm on the armrest are discernible. It is believed to be the ghost of Lord Combermere.
Half of him is
What's this one?
transparent.
Yeah, that one's.
Just zoom in and you get it. I like this one. Let's see it up close. Okay.
Yeah, half of him is
what do you think?
transparent.
Ooh, I don't know. Well, his legs are missing.
I'm looking at the arm and the shoulder that you can see the chair through the arm and the
Oh yeah,
shoulder.
you can see. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm
I
trying
gotta
to
take
see
2
if I.
minutes, guys.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What I'm trying to
Do your
look
thing.
at-
I'll be right back.
Let me go back a little bit to where you can see. Okay, let me stop it here. Because you don't really see much as far. There's no legs. And then here's what else. This is what I was looking at. I'm going to tell you why I did that. You see that bar right in the middle. You see where he's really defined towards the middle of the chair. And then you have that whatever that line is running up the middle. Now look to the right of that line. Do you see any of him at all? Is there
Not
any
at all.
apparition? So that's the cutoff point. See, that to me makes it seem fake because it looks great. But the fact that line right there, there's nothing to the right of that. Could it just be that it just didn't materialize over there?
And then I feel like the chair would be abnormally large the way it's pieced back together. Like I know you're zoomed in, but like this does not fit up here.
What do
the
you mean?
chair. Like it looks like it's like it was cut
Well-
and then put together.
Well, back then the chairs did look weird.
Like
No,
the
it lines up. No, that chair lines up.
It does. No, it looks fine. It's just
Yeah,
the,
the
it's
chair
the
looks fine. Yeah.
that is ornate. It's this stuff.
Oh,
This stuff
I
is
see.
this stuff over
I'm
top of the
thinking
chair.
this is
Yeah.
part of the chair.
Nope.
So I see. Okay,
Yeah, that's
so I
that
thought
And
the
curtain
chair
chairs
stuff.
back then, they made really big too. So
Hand carved ornate chairs. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like the mantelpiece at my parents' house. It has the blown
Yeah.
glass front and it has the carved lion's feet, all the ornate
Yeah.
carvings. Yeah.
I see now.
I don't know. I mean, I'm having a hard time calling this one fake though, because
no, I think it's real.
I'm iffy. I don't know.
I'm looking at this now. I'm looking at the sleeve now. Is that a sleeve?
Well, lenses
Yeah,
you
it's
can
like
see through
Yeah, you can. It's
that.
he's got a
Oh.
collar on that looks like a priest collar, or like a high white shirt with a high collared shirt, which I guess they had back in the 1800s.
yeah.
Well, didn't judges back in the day wear the same thing? Didn't they wear the
Oh.
collars?
I think so. I think so. That I don't. I'm on the fence with this one.
Yeah.
There isn't much to the right of that line though. You know, that's it.
So we need a number 3 then. Not unsure.
You see how? Okay, look at this, guys. Check this out. You see that white line right down the middle? Now look just to the left of that white line and notice how the apparition does not butt up to that line. It stops just short of the line, and it's the same way from top. They had to leave a little bit to blend it in, or else it would look too fake with that line there. They did a good job on this one, but I think it's fake.
Yeah.
I think it's fake.
I
What do you
don't know.
guys think? You think it's real? You can
I
disagree
think
with me.
so.
You think it's
I'm on
real?
the fence with this one because I do see half of it is transparent.
What do you guys think in the chat?
Hey, BB.
Hi,
Hey,
BB.
BB. It's Becca, but we call her BB.
Okay.
Let's see. That's yeah. I'm gonna vote fake, man. I like this one. It's really impressive. But why would
I'm
you
going to
think
go with
about?
possibly legit because, again, it's only half of them and it is transparent.
Yeah, I think it's real.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
have a
those
feeling.
I'm up in the air.
the little stack. I'm gonna give you another reason why I think it's not real, because I don't know if you can see this. It's hard to see if I put it forward. This is a postcard. This is a family photo from like 1890. No, because it's on the
Oh, okay.
the background. But this is what they did back then. They took family photos, and then they had them printed on the postcards, or they had them on like a cabinet. They called them cabinet cards and things like that. So because film was very expensive, so they would just recreate one. I don't know why they would waste film taking a picture of just a chair. You know what I mean? But why would they take a picture of an empty chair when film was so outrageously expensive and, you know, so highly coveted back then? It wasn't as available. The technology wasn't that advanced. You know what I mean? So why would they take
Right.
a picture of a random chair? That's all
Maybe
I'm
they were
saying.
ghost hunters.
Overexposure.
Oh, yeah, it could be.
I don't know. I'm gonna just say I'm
It's
still
tough.
out.
It's a
I
tough
can't
one. Yeah.
choose on this one.
I'm a skeptic by nature. I know doing what I do, I'm still very skeptical of a lot of
A
stuff.
lot of other things.
Yeah. So
Right.
I'm skeptical. All right. I guess this one we got.
Yeah, I'm on the
Couple
fence
different
with this one.
Dara says there's something there.
Yeah. Okay. This one I think is real though. Okay. I think this one's cool. Okay. This is the intriguing photo taken in 1919. This is the ghost. This is Freddie Jackson and the ghost. The intriguing photo taken in 1919 was first published in 1975 by Sir Victor Goddard a retired RAF officer. The ghost picture is a group portrait of Goddard's squadron, which had served in World War I. And as you can see, there's an extra ghostly face that appears in the photo behind this guy. So let's let it, I zoom in, but I think this is legitimate. I've looked at this one at depth.
Legit. Definitely legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's legit.
It's just that would be a really, really, really good fake. And I don't think they had the ability to do that back then. Look how
It looks like
it's,
someone related to him though, because they look identical almost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
especially
definitely.
the eyes and the mouth for sure.
And they definitely look alike.
High cheekbones. Yeah, they both have high cheekbones. They're both thin. I'd like to see the guy's hairline. He's got the hat on. I'd love to see what his hairline looks like underneath if he has the pronounced forehead
I
like
see
that. I could tell they're different people for sure. But that's a really cool one.
Yeah, I like that one.
And you know what they said last? I got a really creepy one. They said, Johnny, look behind you. And we get that a lot. So is there something about spirits being behind people? Like, I don't know what the deal is, but they're always telling me behind you, look behind you, we're behind you. The behind you is a constant theme. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I have.
Well, I get behind me because they're whispering. They're trying to they're talking to me. So.
Yeah, and I don't too much care for that. I don't like the whispering stuff. I get that from time. So do you.
Yeah, I recently got one. It was pretty cool.
Well, you last night
Yeah.
or Tuesday.
Tuesday night. Yeah.
Let's see what we got next, guys. What do you guys in the chat? You guys think this is the real deal? Put a 1 if you think it's the real deal. I think it's real. Okay, go ahead.
You ready for me to go?
Yep.
I was waiting on the votes. All right. This one is the ghost of Boot Hill Cemetery. It says Terry Light Clayton is an actor, recording artist, and cowboy poet. He is also a relative of the legendary Clayton gang who clashed with the Earps and Doc Holliday at the famous gunfight at OK Corral. Clayton took this photo of his friend at Boot Hill Graveyard. The photo was black and white because he wanted Old West looking pictures of himself dressed in Clayton's 1880 period clothes. Clayton took the film for. Yeah, it's basically he's posing for a movie and he's dressed in period clothes and he's in Boot Hill Cemetery. And as you can see, there's the cowboy behind him, and it looks like he's only halfway sticking out of the ground. You know, that's pretty cool. And I think this one's the real deal. And I saw this one covered on Ghost Adventures, actually. Really? Because they investigated Boot Hill Cemetery, yeah. That the Travel Channel took them everywhere. Like it would be so cool. But yeah, this is a really cool one. But the one thing that I noticed is I watched a video recently. This guy went and he did all the scenes from the movie The Goonies. And when they were at the Fratelli's hideout, the restaurant, they were along the beach there, and you can go, and he went to every spot where they were standing in the movie. And the terrain, the sea level had changed so much by like 20 or 30 feet. It barely looked the same. It almost looked different, you know, to where you could miss it. And they actually really showed how people actually get it wrong, and they go to the wrong building. But he showed it, and only since the 80s. So imagine we're talking over 100 years here, about 100 years, or I don't know when this movie was shot, but at least 100 years. And of course, the level of the ground is going to change. So that explains why you only see part of him. He could be standing on the ground of what used to be the ground when he was, you know? Yeah, yeah. Or who knows? That's just part of him manifesting. Lisa Wigger said her mom has been to Doc Hollywood's grave and
Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday.
Doc Hollywood's
Michael J. Fox.
Oh, cool.
Grave.
Which is a good movie, by the way. Yeah, I don't think I really don't think he is related to him. I think that when they reviewed this, nobody knows who this guy is. They tried to get this guy's identity, and he's just some random guy they don't know. But it's pretty neat. I think this is a real deal. So I'm gonna guess. My guess is number one. It's the real deal, legitimate. I left a minute to read all that. I can just go to myself.
Put a 1 in the chat.
Oh, hey, Sierra. Yeah, look, you can only see just the top of his chest. And the hat.
Yeah,
Look
but
at the
is
hat.
that-
The hat's
is
a little
that
bit different.
tall grass in the background? Is that tall grass?
Yeah, that
It's these shrubs that grow out in in that area, because I lived in Nevada outside of Vegas. I lived like 2 hours outside of Vegas, and those shrubs grow out there in the desert. So he's just standing behind that. They're like they look like they're dried out for the
Right.
winter. Those will be more plush in the summertime and green, but they look dried out, and he's just standing behind it. But it only looks like he's maybe 2 feet from off the ground, the top of his head.
Right. Okay.
I like the hat though. You can tell the hat's different. The hat's actual period though.
Yeah. Possibly.
Okay, this one's definitely, in my opinion, is definitely real. And you guys have probably seen this one before. It's a very iconic photo. It's the ghost of the SS Watertown. James Courtney and Michael Meehan, crew members of the SS Watertown, were cleaning a cargo tank of the oil tanker as it sailed toward the Panama Canal from New York City in December of 1924. Through a freak accident, the 2 men were overcome by gas fumes and killed. As was the custom of the time, sailors were buried at sea off the Mexican coast. So those were their faces right there, at the reflection in the side of this thing.
really.
Yeah. What do you think? Have you seen this one before?
I've never seen this one before. I'm gonna go.
It'll zoom in. We'll get a closer look at it. I've seen stuff like this with like water. When people take pictures of reflections in the water and it shows faces and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go
I
legit
could see
on
the
this
face.
one.
But what are we looking at? The side of what?
This is part of the ship.
Okay.
So this is the reflection, and I guess the
Okay.
metal side of the ship, and you can see I can see both the faces.
Yeah, you can see the faces
Yeah, you can
clearly.
see
I
'em.
think I
Yeah.
was just confused.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
isn't that
say
a bizarre
legit.
way? That's a very bizarre way to manifest from that plane of existence. I don't know. I don't know why they would want to do that or why they would do that, but that's definitely them. It's definitely 2 men.
Yeah, if you're looking on to the one that would be on my right, you can see where you can't see hair or anything on the side of his face or anything, but you can definitely make out the other side clearly. Do you see where I'm looking?
Yeah. Over
It's
here.
the one that doesn't look like he's looking between 2 bars. The other one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks bald.
Yeah.
Yeah, half of
One
them
side
look-
is shattered.
It'd be even better if they had pictures of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's seen on several paranormal shows, and it's been featured on many of them. But this is the railroad crossing ghost. And the legend surrounds a railroad crossing south of San Antonio, Texas. The intersection of road. You're getting a real bad feedback. Can you guys? One of you guys might have to mute while I read, and then unmute when I'm done. We're getting a feedback. A strange legend surrounds a railroad crossing south of San Antonio, Texas, the intersection of roadway and railway tracks. So the story goes, was the site. I can barely even read this.
Of a tragic
Okay, so
accident
several school-aged
several
children were killed.
killed, but their ghost slinger
Yes.
at the spot and will push. And that's all I can say.
So that it's rumored that they push the cars over the tracks if they're sitting there, and I've seen that.
Oh, I heard about that one.
Me too. When I'm gonna
It's been on many of the shows. Tiffany, can you turn your mic down just a little bit? That's probably what it's up. It's up a little bit higher than Lynn's, and it'll probably get rid of the crackle.
Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah. that's
Perfect.
it.
Perfect. Yeah, it's been on.
that looks like a little girl to me. A little girl in a dress. I'm gonna go with
I think it's fake.
It looks like a watermark to me. Watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it looks like a watermark.
And they debunked that in one of the shows because it's like on a hill or something, or a slant when they push it over the railroad tracks, I heard.
Yes. That's okay. That's the show. Didn't Ghost Adventures do that? Ghost Adventures did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they actually rolled a car, and it makes it look like, I think at this point it looks like it's uphill, but really it's an illusion. It's downhill because they had a surveyor come out there,
Yeah.
and it actually, so the car looks like it's going uphill, but it's rolling slightly downhill. That's right. Yeah, you just triggered that memory. That's exactly what it was. So this is just a
I don't
watermark.
remember that episode.
Those stories, that's what happens. Like the legend of Lucy Run Cemetery. You know, somebody
Right.
tells a story and it spreads. You know, that one's not even remotely close.
Yeah.
You know, there may be a Lucy, but she didn't pass, and there is no legend because of that. I mean, the legend and a lot of those scary stories take on a life of their own, and people being afraid of whatever entity. They say like the skinwalkers are like conjured up by people, like those type of entities, by people being so afraid of them and so many people thinking about them that they actually come into existence from that. You know, so maybe all of the energy that people produce thinking about what happened there when they get to those tracks, maybe you know, that's what triggers their paranormal experience. I don't know. The placebo effect,
Yep.
power of suggestion. It's very strong. Let's see. Let's read some of the comments. We stayed at a bed and breakfast near us. We had the only room on the top floor, and I could hear military boots outside the door pacing. I had to tell them, yes, that's cool. We love the residual type of stuff. Like, did it stop though? If it stopped, then you told somebody that was intelligently haunting, knock that stuff off, and they did.
When we stayed at the Thomas house once, there was one of the stories that was told there was about somebody walking up and down that hallway from one of the rooms there. And then we stayed in the room closest to where that was supposed to happen. And I couldn't sleep like all night. Remember that?
And
But I don't think we ever heard anything that particular visit.
no, we did once. We got some really good stuff once, and then we went there a couple times and didn't get much.
Yeah.
But
But we went there a lot.
we did find out though that one was featured on the Ghost Hunters, and it was called the Whistler, and it's at the Red Boiling Springs, Tennessee, the Thomas House, and it used to be the Cloyd Hotel. But the ghost goes around. You can hear him whistling. You could just be sitting there, and then somebody starts whistling out of thin air, like right next to you. And we actually heard that. We actually have a clip of it somewhere. Have you been to Gettysburg? Yeah, I haven't. I've been through there. I haven't been there to investigate yet.
It's on the to-do list.
It's all, yeah, the near future. When it warms up, we're going to be going all over the place. There's a lot more stuff to do outside in Gettysburg, so it's something you want to do in the summertime. The next morning, guest book was open to where another guest had said something about hearing. See, she reads the guest books everywhere we go. That's where we found the one entry at, when we went up to.
Yeah, it's like my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, the castle.
I read every single page too.
Yeah, Lisa is another one that has a lot of paranormal stuff around her, just like us. Let's see what's last one. This one I like.
The ghost in the burning building.
Yeah. November 19th, 1995, Wern Town Hall in Shropshire, England, burned to the ground. Many spectators gathered to watch the old building, built in 1905, as it was consumed by flames. Tony O'Reilly, a local resident, was one of those onlookers and took photos of the spectacle with a 200 millimeter telephoto lens from across the street. One of the photos shows a small, particularly transparent girl standing in the doorway. And it's pretty good. I like this.
I'm going to go legit on this one. You can't see her legs.
Len called that one right away.
Yeah, guys,
You
look at her
can't see her legs
Look at her.
and you can't see her arms.
But you can see
And
the
her
detail
face
on her
looks like the
face.
girl from The Exorcist. The exact face. Look at her. Look at her face. The Exorcist, right there. That's her face. Tell me that's not the Exorcist girl.
Oh, Linda Blair.
Spitting.
Yeah.
It looks like her to me.
My mother hated that movie.
That gave a lot of people nightmares. And
She said she slept with her Bible and the cross under her pillow for like months afterwards. That's what my mom
a
said.
lot of people did. And Amityville Horror was another one that messed people up pretty good. All right. That's it for those. That was the last one.
Those were good.
Yeah. I thought you guys would like them.
Yeah.
Those were cool.
Yeah, so we actually are going back to the Thomas house. We actually have a voucher. We were going to go there. They were having some work done, and they called us. They said,
trying to get answers.
They said, unfortunately, we have to, cancel your guys' reservation, but you can come back anytime. And we know them. We've been going there for years, so it's not a problem. But we have one free trip that we've
2 days stay.
Yeah, 2 days. So we're going to go and hit that one pretty good. We'll probably go live from there. That
It was
be
a
cool.
Father's Day gift.
That's right.
From Sierra.
So that's another one that I'd like to do when it's a little bit warmer, because there's a church across the street. You can't get in now.
And then there's like that whole little abandoned town. Just looks like everybody picked up and left at some point.
That's another one that I'd be more scared of the
love.
living.
But I just would love to just film there or walk around
Okay.
that area.
We can. Well, we'd have to. It's
Especially
not
now.
a walk around area. We drove through it for like 40 minutes.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we'll do it. I'm more worried about some weirdos, living in a little broken down
there's like hardly any people in that
shanty somewhere. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's being out in the middle of nowhere. It frightens me. Running into some methed out freak. It happens. I don't want it to be me.
I went in a tunnel for you, buddy. So you owe me one.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. That whole Bobby Mackey's thing.
That was a huge deal for me. There was jumping spiders in that damn thing and
are crickets.
everything.
I would not have gone in there.
Oh,
I'm not claustrophobic, but you feel claustrophobic because you're going under the ground and you can't see in front of your face. You're in this tunnel. There's all these
it's
little
pretty bad, guys.
hopping things that look like spiders that John claims are crickets. You should have seen me. I had like
They're
a hat
cave
on
crickets.
and I had like a poncho and jogging pants and socks up
You
to
had the
my
hood
neck
pulled all tight and
Yeah.
everything.
and big old rain boots. It was terrible.
She's more worried. See, that's
Yeah,
what I'm talking about. The energy wasn't a big deal. She's more worried about the bugs.
that'd be
Or
me
like-
too.
Yes.
She's not worried about the spirits. She's worried about the insects
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
or a rat running down out of the tunnel.
That was another thing. I
Oh
was afraid
no.
of, like yeah,
There
like
was no rat.
it's in the woods, so I'm like any kind of rabid creature could come running through here.
Yeah. Well, there could be that's true though. There could be an animal in there. There could be a raccoon
Break my
or
necks and-
whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing that's going to kill us or.
So my point is, I did that for you.
Well, that's why I was the one that went first. So I'm the bait. If anybody's going to get us, they're going to get me first. And you guys have seen the videos? She leaves me and just takes off. I turn around and fucking she's a mile away down the road. I'm like,
I tell him when I'm going.
no, you don't. I got video evidence of that one. I even put little laughy faces in there because something will happen and she'll run on me. And I turn around, she's literally gone.
He's like, you have to quit doing that to me.
You got to give me a warning if you're going to run away. Sometimes I don't even hear it. She hears it, runs away, and leaves me there. Whatever.
Tiff,
That's all right.
did you submit your evidence?
I sent it to you.
You didn't
Yeah, the
send it to
weird-
Donnie?
No.
Ah.
I sent in the pictures of the fairies.
Oh, I needed. I'm sorry, I should have added that.
No,
Yeah.
you're good.
There's the one that I sent you back. The one that was played on Paranormal, caught on camera.
Oh
that
yeah,
really
I've
big-
seen that one.
The one in England. I think it's England where they catch that. Let's see if
I've
I can
submitted
find-
evidence to them before.
We'll see if I can find that one. That's a really cool one, actually.
I
Hey,
get
everyone.
little fairies all the time.
Trisha.
Hey, there's Trisha.
You also
You
had
missed
that
your-
one of the spirit cat in your
Oh
yard.
yeah, of the ghost cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this thing's lagging when I go to pull up another one.
Speaking of like ghost cats and animals and stuff, I noticed, I don't know if you noticed, right after we talked about, like on Monday, about animal spirits and things like that, Tuesday when we investigated, Denny came through a couple times, and it always makes me think of your Denny.
Yeah.
Regardless if that's not who it is, it makes me think of that because we literally just talked about it the day before.
Yeah, and that's another thing. So I was told by somebody one time that when you have an animal, we're talking about a guinea pig here. When you have an animal that passes, a cat, a guinea pig, a dog, whatever, they can communicate with you, and they can come through the spirit box as words, like talk to you as like in English. So I don't know if that means that at one point in time the guinea pig was a person or what. I don't know, but I guess this person told me that language is universal when you're energy, so your animals can communicate with you. I'm not sure if I subscribe to this or not, but I know that after I lost a guinea pig, I started having a Denny coming through the box, and then we did talk about him, and then I get Denny coming through again. And I've been thinking a lot about my animals that have passed. So, what do you guys think? What do you think?
I've never heard of that. And doing what I do, I cannot communicate with animals. I'll see them, but I'm not able to communicate with them. What about you, Tiff? Are you able to?
I can see them and like you can like feel their love and stuff, but I've never heard them
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, me either.
I have a cat here.
You could feel their energy though. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can feel if they're happy or
Mhm.
stuff like that. Even like with looking at animals alive, like I can sense little things from them. Animals' eyes tell a lot of stories.
Yep. Eyes are the windows to the soul.
This
Mhm.
came from
Oh, I know.
Paranormal Caught on Camera. This is one of the shorts I have up. It's a cat.
Austin, Texas, noticed her Nest Cam capturing a black cat walking by her front door. The cat setting off her motion-activated camera wasn't concerning, but the way it vanished into thin air was. Natalie King from Austin, Texas, noticed her Nest Cam capturing a black cat walking by her front door. The cat setting off her motion-activated camera wasn't concerning.
That's cool.
But the way it vanished into thin air.
That's what I want. I want that of my animals. I want to catch evidence of my animals. I would like to there were certain things I would do, or everybody knows how to get their animal riled up, right? If you got a dog, you know what makes your dog get excited.
True.
And get them to bark and get them to play, right? So I would like to try that the way I used to do that with my dog and see if I can't get her to bark and respond from the spirit side. I have a suspicion that I'm probably going to get a response because we've heard the dogs barking before, Tab, at Bobby Mackey's. We've caught a spirit dog a couple of times just to bark. And where we were, the dog would have had to have been within 20 feet in order for you to even hear the bark because it was such a loud environment.
No, the one I got was a cat walking in front of my door,
But
but
it was a transparent.
it was very transparent.
Yes.
Not like that one. That
Oh.
one, the video, the eyes were
Yeah,
glowing.
let me pull them up. Let me see if I can pull them up. I forgot about the pics.
And then I also had one of my cat recently passed away, and his favorite spot to lay was in my living room. And on the camera, you can see it like a glowing spot there where he always used to lay.
Oh. Yeah, no, they do come back the night before.
Yeah, see,
Phil
I'd like to catch something like that. You know, me personally, I don't think I can get any more animals. Like I'm gonna have a hard time after I lose the ones that I have now. I don't think I can get any more. It's just
Oh, I
too
know.
hard.
I have a
You always
I have
a
an
really
11-year-old
hard time
Chihuahua.
with
I don't know
that.
if I'll be able to
Not
do
that I
it.
don't, but you. Oh gosh, John has such a terrible time.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Here, let me pull some. I'm gonna play. I'll play some stuff while I go dig him and pull this up for him. He sent me some pics too. I want to share. So let me. I'll play a video. I'll play one of ours. I'll play the cemetery we just went to. I'll play one of those. All right.
Mia, no ma'am.
We'll see if this will play and not buffer while I get these.
We're back in a.
Look at you, you know. You say hi.
Stone here. They said something. Something. Emily, I hear you. Look at that hawk. And we heard you, Cletus.
Okay, it's not letting.
Are you buried here, Cletus? Private person.
Very
Very private. Very private. Okay. Well, I don't mean to. We're just here to communicate with good spirits. We're good people, and if you have a message that you want to give to somebody, we're happy to do that for you. And if you just want to talk to us, we're happy to interact with you too. Come tell me your name. Anybody that's here, can you please tell me your name? Tom, David. Hi. Chris, hey.
Yeah.
He said William. Well,
Oh, I just heard like something in the whisper.
Dave. Dave. Hey, Dave.
Are the Tottens here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it hard to light the light up? Is it not set sensitive enough? Be
It will not let me. I tried to open the pics, man. It will not let me open them. I have to open them with some other type of app. So I will. That's why I couldn't get them before. That's why I saw that you sent them. That's why I went on and started working on the next little piece for the show. I'm gonna do another evidence show. So anybody that I know that White Mike, you sent me some stuff. So if anybody wants to send some evidence in, we'll do this again and review evidence on a regular basis. So just send it to Mary. Oh, there went my glasses. Send it to Mary with Paranormal at Gmail, and I'll get it. So let's see.
Thank you.
Is it so? Is it a living person that's stalking you, or are you having like paranormal issues still? Because trolls are a pain in the ass. I get it. Anytime it does weird things, it'll be logged up. But you have to. Yeah, I've had glitches on this, and we had a glitch with trying to do the identity stuff with Google. Getting like error codes when they say, and I even got in touch with Google and they said that there shouldn't be an error code, and they even escalated it and they couldn't figure it out. So it's all kinds of crazy stuff so.
I was like, who is that?
So Trisha, we were looking at your pictures. So do you regularly have stuff happen? Is it just outside your house? Because you have them all flying around what looks like outside. Do you have any cameras inside? Do you catch that stuff inside as well?
Actually, I was going to ask Lynn that. When we were looking at your photos earlier, Lynn, I was wondering, do you like see those things and then like take a picture, or are you usually always taking a picture of other things and then just happen to see like the images when you're going through pictures? Or are you always like, prepared?
Yeah. Now the ones in my house, I actually was taking pictures of the kids dancing by the Christmas tree.
Right.
And in the one photo, well, I'm sure Johnny saw it, but like part of the rug is missing, half of the little girl is missing. You can see right through her, but she's real. The ones with my son out there, with Joe out there, he told me he felt something. And he
Yeah.
felt like he was being touched. Now, when he was in the gym, he was the only one in there, but he said that he kept hearing like the weights clinking and noises. So he just started going around and taking pictures. And
Was that
that's what he
before or
got.
after, Lynn? Sorry to interrupt. Was that before or after what just happened with the passing of the teacher?
Before. Before. Now, the night before one of the instructors passed, my dog that I put down last year in June literally came beside me into my son's room and laid down by his bed. But it was just the shadow of him.
Yeah, he's not only did he lose his friends Michael and a couple of the other ones like Adam and Richie who come
Yep.
through the spirit box. He just, you know, and he's big into martial arts. He just recently lost an instructor, so he's dealing with that too. So guys, you know, that's another thing you got to keep her son in your thoughts and prayers. He's dealing with a very influential person in his life. I know. I did Taekwondo for many years, and I got close to a couple of classmates. Not as much with the instructor, but he's very close with the instructors. And losing one, that's a big void that's in his life now. He's trying to cope with and get past. So just keep him in your thoughts.
Also, the employees Tiff worked with him, and some of the viewers knew him personally and worked with him as well. They were all hit with a big blow. He was so loved and respected.
I'm so sorry.
Really larger than life for a little guy.
That's for sure.
Absolutely. Joe called him the pocket instructor because Phil was so small.
I don't know if Lynn, did you see this, Lynn?
Oh, yeah. Trisha wants to know if you're still on for tomorrow.
Absolutely, honey. Absolutely.
Yeah, you can have a great time.
It's 8 her time. Well, honey, you're 2 hours behind me, right, Trish?
Someone in the room. My 3-year-old talks to someone in his room a lot. Things happen in the house, walking or saying my name. Ooh, wow. Yeah, we got, our kids, particularly our youngest, used to interact with nobody when she was little.
Yeah, and actually, I think I might have shared this story before too, but I have, my grandma raised me, and I have a cousin who she also raised who was a twin in utero, and the other baby died in utero because my aunt was addicted to drugs at the time. So long story short, he used to play with somebody all the time, and my grandmother would ask him who he was playing with, and he would always say his sister. So we always believed that he was talking to his twin. That was a girl that died in utero. So
it was a girl?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was a boy.
Yeah,
okay. All these years, I thought it was another boy.
Because my grandmother was like, then said like your sister, when he said his sister, like they're at school or whatever, wherever they were. And he said, no, my other sister. So was that story.
Yeah, man, that's I got, for some reason, I tried to open Mike's pictures. He said he got an error code too. So it's not us. It's whatever he was sending. So, but with Haunted Truth, I'll have to do that the next time. Sorry, man. I tried to open it. It wants me to have some other type of app to open with, and it gave me a list of things which I don't have. So I'll figure it out.
That's Lynn's answer from Trish.
What?
She just said yes.
2
Lisa,
hours.
my imaginary friend's name was Tom.
I wonder. We should ask. Is there a Tom that used to talk to you when you were little? See if they come through the box.
Yeah.
See, we should be writing this stuff down.
My grandmother would tell me stories of things that, like, I would tell him to get out of the house and then ask him why he was standing in the rain after I put him out. There's so many stories about Tom from my childhood. He was around for like several years, my grandma and my aunts told me.
Well, some children's imaginary friends are not really imaginary.
No,
That's what
they're
I like.
not.
We were talking about that the other night. It really started to make me think that, maybe it wasn't an imaginary friend. It was, a spirit, because of some of the interaction, some of the stories that I've heard. It seems like I treated him more like a live person. It's not like I just played games or things with him. Like the conversations we had seemed more like I was actually corresponding with a living person.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's.
completely missed what Trish said.
She says at night something wakes me up 3 a.m. every night, always at 3 a.m. I get woken up by sounds, but I don't actually hear this. I hear the sound subconsciously. It wakes me up, and then I'm awakened but I don't know why. That's a very
Sometimes it's
common.
just like a clock, like you just wake up. Sometimes it's just, you know, dreams. I'm up at 3 a.m. every morning as well.
Well, they say, rumor has it, that at 3 a.m., if you're getting up like every night at the same time, they're saying that it's spirit that comes and is there with you. But they say at 3 a.m., which is the witching hour, the dead hour, whatever you want to call it, that when you're woken up at that hour, you're not supposed to put your feet on the ground. You're not supposed to get out of bed or do any of that. The first thing you should do is say a prayer.
Really?
Yes.
I just
Oh, a
wake
little
up
bit,
and roll over.
Well, I do too, but I'll
I'm
say a
like, I ain't getting
prayer
up.
and then go back to sleep.
little bit of drama though with the Steve-O stuff, guys. So
Ugh.
now that it's getting warmer, I wanted to go visit Steve-O's actual burial plot because I haven't been there yet, and I knew that at one point in time, Lynn sent me a picture of the information, where he's at, what his actual plot number is and everything. So I knew it was able to be found. So I went and I looked for it and I couldn't find it. So I messaged Lynn. I said, hey, didn't you send me that at one point in time? She said, yeah, I'll look when I get home. So she went and looked. It was gone, not there. So it had been removed by the family. It was
I
because now
literally,
she tried to get it, and go ahead. It says,
yep,
Wow.
I literally tried to get it yesterday at the same exact place that I got it from. And
yep,
I was, at that point, they asked me to provide all of my information
for
and
the
a
family.
photo picture of myself to get that information.
Yep.
What?
And it wasn't there before,
Yes,
guys. And now I know that I was being lied to by the high school because I called the high school to
yes.
acquire a picture of him. And they said, okay, well, I left a message. They called me back and they said, okay, let me get this. They spelled it wrong. So they called me back. I gave them the correct spelling. And I got a call back like several hours later, and the excuse was just really off. It just didn't seem right. It seemed like I was being lied to. So I just took it at face value. Okay, there isn't one, which I found it hard to believe. I think he was a sophomore. He didn't have a freshman picture. I find that hard to believe. So I took it at face value. Now that this has been restricted, I know if you go on to Ancestry and you try to look up any living person in that family, it's locked down, restricted.
I
So
wow.
wonder. Yeah, that's crazy.
so they are so I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if they're ashamed of some secret. I don't know if they just don't want the attention, being as they lost a child. They're not the only one who's lost a child that way. It's just very weird, isn't it, Lynn? The lengths that they're going through to conceal stuff
They're
now.
they're hiding something, and I've been calling it all along. I can't quite pinpoint my finger on it, but I think, Tiff, I think what we could do is maybe after the show, when we're no longer live, um, I can put, we can talk about it more and get your input and see what we both come up with
Mm-hmm.
on this because something is hidden.
Well, yeah, if
Something
they're
is definitely
blocking
hidden.
everything, there's something that they don't want you guys to know.
Exactly. There's something, some kind of family secret that's
Well, I can
not.
tell you,
Go ahead.
it's I kind of know what it is. I know what it. I mean, you read the
Yeah.
letter that he left behind. I can pretty much
Uh-huh.
put together the gist of what's going on.
Right,
Let's
but
see if
there's
this.
more to it. I
That
feel
letter
more
is
to
heart
it.
wrenching.
Yeah, I feel more to it though.
Agreed.
You feeling more to it too, Tiff? What are you picking up on, honey?
I don't know. There's definitely something, but I feel like there's more than one person involved.
Yes, absolutely. So some
Okay, let's
things
see
are
if I can get
definitely
this
being
pulled
covered
up.
and hidden.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a feeling I know what it is, but we'll discuss it when we're no longer live.
There we go. There's one of them. I can't get it to go any bigger than this, though.
That little, when you hovered over it, that looks like a plus. Like, can you click it to make it bigger?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, there we go. Yes. Well, let's see. There we go. Boom. What does that look like? That looks very similar to what was standing next to your son, Lynn.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I see
right
it.
there on the bridge.
Oh yeah. That's like literally exactly the same stuff. That's I guess what comes before a full-bodied apparition. That's his manifestation right there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good one.
Oh hi.
Let's see if I can pull up another one.
Wait till it.
Ooh. Let's see. This is a cool one. I may have to actually make this one a little smaller.
Yeah, because when you zoom it in, it's.
How do you? Okay, it won't let me go in between that. I'll show you. This is this is something that we haven't caught any of yet on film or on
Yeah.
any pictures or video that I know of. Is a black shadow figure like that. That's something that's a nice catch right there.
Yes. Now, whose picture is that?
This is Haunted Truth Pictures. He sent them in another format, so I'm able to open them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's. Let's see if I can get this to go a little bigger.
Good night, Jen and Barrett.
Night, Jen.
Good
Thank you for
night.
stopping in and hanging out with us. Why won't it let me? Okay. Why is it blue? There we go. There we go. Ooh, now when I talked about that pointed ear thing, that's what it looked. It looked just like that with pointed ears.
Mhm.
It's the same stuff, same exact stuff, solid like that, and jet black. Yeah, that's cool. What do you guys think of that one? That's something that would be a little creepy if I would probably
Yeah.
go. I would still go towards it, but very slowly. Probably I wouldn't chase that one down.
Almost
I'd be a
looks
little.
like a bear.
It looks like somebody standing with a long trench coat on, or some type of cape, or some, like I don't know, or a blob. A lot of
Yeah,
those
a
blob.
shadow
blob.
figures are blob like.
Yeah, I had to zoom in to see it because when I have it zoomed out on my phone, it looks like a bear.
Really?
but definitely not a bear.
I was told by a different medium I took there that there was many things, but mainly elementals. Okay, well, that's one thing that I've heard not Zach, but Jason Hawes and Grant Wilson talk about a lot is elementals. I guess it's just, I don't think elementals are any type of, they were never a living being, right? They're just energy in the environment, particularly like the woods and natural environments. And they can take the form of shadows and things like that, I guess. But from what I understand, they were never living beings.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I can get here. So I'm going to pull this one up. Explain what we're looking at here, if you don't mind. Let me
Looked to me like somebody was clinging onto a tree.
Can you give us a little description on this one? What exactly we're looking at? That's
Are
a
you
tree
talking to
behind
me,
it.
Johnny?
Okay. No, I'm talking to Haunted Truth
Oh,
in the
okay.
chat.
Oh, no. Guys, I have to get off because I have to go to a meeting tomorrow morning.
Okay,
Hi,
no
honey.
problem.
Super early.
Thanks.
No problem, guys. Bye.
Night, hon.
See ya.
Right, bye.
Let's see. Okay, this is the final one, I believe. Check this one out. This is a pretty good one. I like this too. You got some good stuff here. Good catches. Now, are these still frames or did you take these from a video? Because I'm able to lift a bunch of like screenshots off of videos all the time. You get some really cool stuff, but you know, it's very rare that we catch really good still frames like this. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That it was a little, I'm going to have to look at it again. Once I get off, I had it displayed. I want to look at them a little further, a little slower. I'll throw them up there again. Get in the house this morning. Oh yeah, so Scene from Within was live this morning, and before he got onto the camera, I literally saw a shadow move across the back of the wall.
Well, I was thinking, like, when you said that too, when we were both laying in there, I heard a noise. Well, we both heard the noise, but you saw the shadow.
Yeah, you just came in right when I was watching this, right?
Yeah.
Wow, still frames, nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That looks similar to what Lynn and I have caught too. You know, with the hazy, misty type of stuff.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of viewers see that in between the camera and me when I used to have this set up downstairs in this place here.
To me, behind it, it looks like there's a guy standing behind it.
Yeah, I see. So I thought, yeah, that's right. It looks
Yeah.
like either a red orb or somebody standing there with a red sweatshirt on. You can kind of see something underneath the red spot. It could be pants, could be legs, maybe.
Oh, Kilo, hush.
Was there anything supposed to be on this? Was there anybody standing in this picture, or is it just, or is that an actual catch, that red thing?
Are they wet? I just, we got to take the things out of the dryer to throw them in.
Ooh. Yeah, this is a neat bridge. I'd like to check out some spots like that. There's
You can put it on the table right here. I'll get to it in a minute.
is a place in Ohio I'd like to go to.
Yeah.
That we catch shadow figures and things like that. So that's on the list when it gets warmer.
What happened?
We should just go to that covered bridge sometime and maybe just take pictures.
Suffer
And then
to take some of that oregano oil.
some like just see if we get any EVPs from there. Because we're just starting to learn how many EVPs we just get all over
You're
the place.
welcome.
You know.
Yeah, I want to show this on the film. On the show. Okay, move that. It's this camera, Tab. It's this speaker.
I'm getting in the captain's seat.
So if you guys have
I'm
been
in the
watching any of
driver's seat.
I'm in the driver's seat.
any of our recent videos, guys, we've been catching a ton of whispering EVPs. This is the camera that we use. It's just a cheapy little handheld camcorder, and it has night vision. And we've added this external microphone. And I think this is like a $10 mic. It's cheap.
Yeah.
It's very cheap. This is actually was part of a kit that came with another camera that they fried on our first investigation. We put a brand new camcorder. We start recording 2 minutes into the film and it fries. It freezes up and it never worked again.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So we have the speaker from it. And this is the thing that catches all of the EVPs. It's constant EVP. And I don't know why this speaker in particular picks it up, but if you guys have any of these little camcorders, get an external mic. That's what we're getting all the killer EVPs with. So,
Well, I was telling John, I think we should do like an episode like where we just let the camera run, like where we're saying nothing and just let it pick up all the EVPs for our evidence. I thought that
That's
would be
actually a good idea.
See, good. I'm glad somebody else thought that. I've been telling him that we should try that sometime. Like, especially because of the recent evidence we just got. Like, we're starting to get like a lot more EVPs like everywhere we go. Like, just tons and tons of talking around us. It amplifies. It's more and more no matter wherever we go.
I'll be back, guys. I have to grab my charger.
Okay, no problem, Lynn.
all right, I'm back.
I think we're just going to go over a couple more things and we'll be getting ready to go anyway.
Yeah,
too.
we're not going to be
Yeah.
this long.
Look, everybody was saying they agree with me. Good idea. See,
Well,
I need to be
to
in the
run it where?
driver's seat more
Run-
often.
Running it where? Where? What are you talking about?
Just taking the camera out and like a silent video, just letting it pick up like evidence. And then we could take some pictures and stuff there. Just let it get just a bunch of EVPs.
Yeah, just
I
say,
told them I was just recently telling
leave it there. Just
Yeah.
be like, guys, we're leaving. We left the camera back there by the outhouse because they lots of them. They said there was 1,000 guys, 1,000 ghosts.
Yeah.
How many spirits are here? 1,000, they said. Soon to come, though. I'll put the short up for that one. But set this back there. All right, guys, we left the recorder back there. Go talk into it. Leave your messages on there.
Yeah.
And I bet you it'll. The problem is the cars. If there's no, so if we left it at night in the middle
I mean,
of
we
the
don't
night,
even have to leave it all night. We could just, our normal 30, 40 minutes there. We could walk around, take
That's true.
pictures, just see what we hear with our naked ear and just let that go. But like, stay silent. So it
swap
picks
the
up.
battery out, run our show or our footage, swap the battery out, put the brand new battery and put it back there and then sit there.
Yeah.
Go in the car. Yeah, we should do that. So
Yeah, that would be fun. I think that's what we should try that the next time.
try to get rid of some of these tabs here.
Our next video is going to be really good. We were going to, we took a friend with us so she could see what we do in person.
Yeah. Tell them about that.
Yeah. So she had a really cool experience. Lynn, I have a friend from work. We've been, friends for 5+ years and taken some vacations and things together. And we actually connected just talking about past relatives. And then the more and more we talked, she was telling me that both her and her daughter are very sensitive to a lot of things. So she went out with us Tuesday night when we did our last recording and really got to experience a lot of cool stuff there with us. So she felt somebody touch her. She was really picked up on a lot of the energy. She was hearing a lot of things like John does, a lot of people talking around her. That's when we asked how many spirits we had around us. And they said 1,000. That's a lot. That's the first time we've ever gotten that large of a number.
I've gotten the biggest number I've caught was 500.
Yeah.
500, and that was back in the beginning, and that was at Bethel Churchyard. So
Yeah.
this time we got 1,000, and they were all around saying we could hear them. I got an EVP you can hear it. It's a disembodied voice actually, and it says, "We're watching." You can tell he's yelling it from a distance. I heard that out loud. So did Dara.
Yeah.
I think that was either. I think it was before she got touched.
Yeah.
So they get closer and closer and start to surround us, and you can tell in the video that you can hear them, and you can tell that they start to affect us, and they're lighting this stuff up. They're setting off every device. I mean, it's pretty good.
It was
It's
a really good session.
one of the better ones we've done in a while. So we're looking forward to getting that. But see, we want to start like narrating it a little bit in the beginning, talking about it like we just did. Give a little preface to this what we're going to show, and to show a couple of clips before we just cut the video loose. It'll make it a little more explained, because there are things like Dara, complete skeptic.
Yeah, like she just put that in the chat. She kept hearing doubt. She was feeling like a little bit skeptical about it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she said, because then once she was touched and they said something about doubt, she said, "Oh, I believe you. I believe you." It's really good. It's all coming out on our next video, so we're looking forward to sharing that with everybody.
Yeah, so I like it. I like when skeptics put us to the test, because it's I'm not worried whether or not they're gonna become a believer. I just like to see it when it happens.
I was so distracted by, I was telling John Lynn that I was like, had a hard time really picking up on voices and energy and things that I normally pick up on, because I was so busy like watching Dara be amazed, like watching her amazement as flashlights were on. Yes, very distracted. Like, so she was like hearing and seeing a lot of things that I wasn't, because I was so focused on her.
She's tuned in. She's
really tuned in. I can't wait till you work with her, Lynn. You'll like her a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she definitely, she was hearing the EVPs that I was hearing, and you could tell that she was a little overwhelmed, but she handled it like a pro. I mean, I was impressed, because she was watching all this stuff happening, but she knows that we're filming, right? So she doesn't want to like scream out loud or make a noise or an out loud response while we're filming. And she sat through it. She handled it good.
Until she got touched. That was the first time she really you could tell it was like she was startled.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, come on. When you get touched by a spirit, you're allowed to make some noise. I'm okay with that. I'll give her a pass on that one.
They were kind of toying with her, checking her out because it was somebody new.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Lynn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you get back in the driver's seat. I got a pot roast to finish, babe, so I'm gonna say goodnight.
All right.
I'm gonna let John wrap it up. So I'm gonna say goodnight. Good night, Lynn. I got a pot roast down there that's finishing. Thank you, everyone. Good night. I like that seat.
Yeah, it's a little more comfortable.
The lighting is better.
We're gonna have to get a better setup. This just ain't gonna work for
much
a
better
long
in
term.
that seat.
Let's see. Cameras die when the battery went to zero. Next day, that's happened. They've done that. They've sucked half the juice out, and then it comes back a little bit. They drain it right then and there when they're pulling from it, but it seems like it absorbs back in to a certain degree. I've had that happen. Yeah, well, there were people following us, Dara. When you walk, this is a big horseshoe. So we go in and we're walking down a gravel road, and she kept turning around because you could literally hear them walking behind us. So like I knew that she was going to get what me and Tab call it bobbleheaded, because you start going like this, like a bobblehead, because you hear something over here or something over there, and you can't stop. Once you get started, it's very hard to stop. So that's just a joke that we have, because we always point that out when one of us does it.
And you know what else? Like with the weather being winter, like, and same with fall, you could definitely hear movement, because like things crack, like with the branches and
footsteps.
Like, so when you're holding still and you just hear all this crackling around you, gives you a little jolt.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, I'm like, can you hear that? And you can hear the footsteps come up, and then boom, the REM pod goes off. So you can hear them approach the REM pod. It's pretty fun. It's exhilarating at this place. It's like the only place we go to that you can hear disembodied voices every single time. Not just one, not just two. They keep happening. The longer you stay, the more you're going to hear. It's pretty intense. Trissa said when we had the priest come out the, let's see, because every time I come home, my crosses were gone. My pictures were turned different directions. Well, Lynn has had that experience with pictures being turned, crosses being turned.
Mine is more so, I have a setup on in my living room, and I have a picture of each of my kids on there, candles, and I have a cross that I keep up there with my kids. And every day when I get up in the morning and throughout the day, the cross always manages to be pointed at my oldest son's picture. So I have that all the time.
Mike, you could do
like
that.
clockwork.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's probably a family member, but you know, it seems a little more like not as friendly with Trisha's thing. You know,
Yeah.
where it's more
Well,
like,
we'll find out
you
what's
know,
going on tomorrow with Trish, because I'll be
yeah,
reading for
that's what I was
her.
gonna say.
So
Mike, you
if
can
we
do
get
a
a chance
spirit box.
tonight, I'll do it tonight.
You could do a spirit box, Mike. I mean, they will tell you. I mean, I don't know if you don't plan on doing spirit box work. I mean, it may be a big investment just to get that answer, but you would get that answer. I don't know if Lynn can help out at all with that.
I was just getting ready to say, I'm getting the number 7. 7 is significant. I get 7. Now, I could be wrong, but
Oh, wow.
that's what I'm getting. Mia, no, ma'am. Come out here.
Morning, Truth. Let me hang on. Let me do something here. Let me give you a wrench real quick and go ahead and drop your link, okay?
Good night, Haunted.
All right.
You know better.
Next moderator. Yeah, drop your link, bro. Every time. I don't think so. I'm gonna just wrap it up. 2 more minutes.
I don't know, that's okay. I'm just gonna start making plates.
Yeah, well, I mean, have you ever tried talking to him, bro? Just saying, hey, look, I really am not interested in interacting, you know, and I respectfully ask you to please just leave me alone because I'm not going to respond to you. So please stop wasting my time and your time. It's no different than negotiating with live people.
Set boundaries.
Yep, that's all you do. It's it's the same thing. We're over on that side a lot longer than we're on the living side. So just all you got to do is be straight up with them. You know, you can get kind of pushy too. Just be like, look, you know, this is my space. You know, you got to go. See you. You know, it's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, but then you could take it to the next level. Like you could use some sage, things like that.
Rosemary.
Cleanse the place. Yeah.
Get a mesh bag,
Yeah.
put some rosemary in it, put salt around the house. I get with Mike, I want to go for a minute because I get with Mike that there is a female around him. There is a female around him, and I want to say she's in her mid-20s. Can he validate? Number 7 was for Mike, Trish. Trish, I might do your reading tonight. If you're okay with that, once we wrap up live.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm looking forward to Trish. I've always looked forward to people getting their readings. I knew Lisa Ann was going to have a great time, and she did. So you guys, don't be afraid to reach out. I'm telling you, she will surprise you. She surprised me many, many, many times, guys. So, don't be hesitant. Don't be frightened. Don't be frightened.
Yeah, and if you don't want to reach out to me, you can definitely reach out and we can set something up with Tiffany as well.
She
Okay,
said,
so
okay.
after the live, Trish, I'm going to do your reading. Can we go back to what Mike said? I missed what Mike
Yeah.
said.
He says, yes, I hear crackling on my roof or what sounds like branches breaking or rocks hitting my roof.
Is there an attic? I'm feeling something with an attic. This poor guy's probably like, I don't want to hear nothing. La 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 la.
I don't think he really wants the paranormal activity where, as I welcome it, it doesn't bother me. Not everybody wants
Right.
it around, and I
No,
get
but
that.
it'll give him a little bit more of an understanding of what he's dealing with, too.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever it is he has going on, it's not anything that's going to harm him. But I do get a younger female in her 20s. Does the name Joanne ring a bell to anybody in here? I was trying
I
so
know.
hard to
I know
turn
a
this
Joanne.
off tonight.
I know a Joanne from the UK.
And she's still here?
That I don't know. I don't know.
Because I'm hearing the name Joanne.
Let me look. I can do a quick search.
Yeah, do a quick search. I'm feeling it towards Mike, but it might be for you as well.
Okay.
But I believe that this is the name of a female in her 20s. I believe her name is Joanne. And her nickname, she says, is JoJo.
I'm not seeing anything, but I'm just seeing stuff in the United States. This would be in another country. This would be in England.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel this more towards Mike than I do you, Johnny. But that's who I believe this woman is, Joanne, but they call her JoJo.
Okay, I will, bro. Your grandma was Joan or Joanne?
Yeah, no, this is Joanne. And her nickname is JoJo.
Yeah, I did. I was actually, I'll tell you a quick story, a quick little history story. I was 15 years old, and that's when I was dating this girl. She was a nanny. She was an au pair from England. She was 20, and I was 15. And I dated her for about a year.
This might be for you then.
Well, because of the age, because of that fact, because of that's how old she was when I knew her.
Right.
Yeah, early 20s.
This might be for you then. I get the sense that White mistakenly made someone upset.
Like a troll, like a...
Better to be pissed off than pissed on.
You said you might be right about this female. Who is she?
Not here in the physical world, I will say that. Did you, no, spiritually, No, he didn't piss anybody off. Um, did you go to school with a female named Joanne?
Did I can't remember. I don't
Mike's
think so.
energy is pushing back, so
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. That's the one Joanne that stood out in my mind was the one that I knew from my teens. Well, yeah, I know you once you get in reading mode. But yeah, if you want to do Trisha, I'm gonna go have some pot roast and relax.
yeah, I'm gonna get Trish taken care of. Um, I'll dip in a little bit more and see if this one's for you, Johnny. But
Okay.
this female is definitely on the other side.
No, you know what? I have one of those too. I have one that when we went to the cemetery this last time, I said, "Would you hello to this family and that family?" I'm like, "You guys want to visit?" And there's a couple of responses, and then one of them says, "No, I hate you." And I also have a kid that tells me that he hates me on a regular basis too. I don't know why. So just like I've rubbed people wrong in life, you can do that with spirits too. So when you said that, like inadvertently upset a spirit, like you were talking about, I was like, "Ooh, now," because I don't understand what I did to these people. I'm very respectful. Maybe they don't like the spirit box noise by where they're resting. I don't know.
Sometimes it's the energy. They do like we do here in the physical world, where you look at somebody and it's like, I don't like that
Yeah.
person. I don't know why. I just don't. But it's the same thing on the other side. But he has someone that attached themselves to him. But I believe he knew her here in the physical world.
Oh,
But the name I got was Joanne. JoJo is a nickname. So it could either be for him or it could be for you, Johnny.
yeah. We'll talk more about that off of camera. I don't
Yeah.
want to say too much stuff just for people's identities and things. But,
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm a little tired. Get something to eat, and we'll premiere the video soon. And we'll plan the next show. We'll probably hop on sometime this weekend. But we're gonna be on a few times a week now. So we're gonna shoot for at least 3 times a week, lives, and then uploads in between. Try to step it up a little bit. So, all right, guys.
Maybe one thing we could do is maybe the viewers can give some ideas on what they would like to see us do.
That's an idea. Yeah, if you want us to review anything or whatever, if you guys have any ideas, drop a comment. Leave us a comment, and we'll add it into a show. So smash that like button, guys, and we will see you very soon.